Good morning, everybody. Just letting people filter in and then we'll be starting within a moment. Just clearing my throat ready. Hopefully I won't get a croaky throat like I've been doing the last few times. Right, I think it's time to start. Thank you everyone for joining today on the 94th Canned Workouts. Full body out. Yeah, okay, fine, okay, my titles aren't exactly great. But today we'll be needing a dumbbell, a band, a mat and water. Good morning everyone. Glad you all come and exercise with me. I tripped over my words then completely and utterly. Right, so what we'll do is first off we'll continue with our top 23 nutrition and exercise myths. Once we've got to the end of these, we might do little talks every so often. We won't do them every week because there's only a finite amount and I don't want to bore you too much. Right, myth number 19, if it fits your macros, which is IITYM, it doesn't matter. Right, we will explain this as we go through if it doesn't actually expound it, because it's been a while since I've read this. It's often reported that in some circles of the fitness community that as long as it fits your calories and macros, particularly protein, are matched to your individual needs, then the amount of processed food in your diet doesn't matter all that much for body composition. That's a mouthful. So basically, calories can be broken down into fats, proteins, carbs. Those are macros. Okay, so that's what we mean is macronutrients. Micronutrients are the vitamins and minerals, which are actually even smaller. So basically what they're saying is if you actually have what's called a macro split, it's like 40, 30, 30, which is 40%, 30%, 30%. Gosh, something's whistling from here. I don't know what it is, but anyway, I hope you can't hear it. Then you can actually have whatever you want to actually build it up. In theory, this is true. Indeed, this is also the case of weight loss, as Professor Mark Haub, H-A-U-B, from Kansas University showed using himself as an experiment. For 2 months, he only ate junk food like Doritos, Twinkies, shakes, while hitting a protein target and maintaining a calorie deficit of 800 calories a day. So that's really low calorie deficit. That is actually survival, body survival. That's really, really low calories. The result was he lost 27 pounds and reduced his body fat from 33.4% to 24.9%, so there was a decrease. So we know that as long as you're hitting your individual calorie needs, you still get results. Not so quick though. The practicalities of being able to maintain a mostly junk food diet is the different story. Eating junk food triggers different hormonal satiated responses, satiation is basically trying to fill you up, and hunger responses in comparison to eating more nutritious foods. This study, linked here, unfortunately I can't link it to you, found that eating a diet high in calories but low in nutritional junk food had to eat around 1500 calories to become satisfied in comparison to more than a diet in low in calories but high nutritional values. So if you eat a diet low in calories but high in density, like vegetables, good quality foods, you will actually be satiated more throughout the day than actually eating a high amount of junk food. Have you ever noticed that basically when you go and eat, go to a cinema and you have popcorn and something like that, you're hungry when you come out. Or Chinese food, you go to Chinese food, the joke is half an hour later you're hungry again because it's actually full of really bad for your fats and carbohydrates, and it gets absorbed quickly and makes you hungry again. Now where was I? A most recent tightly controlled study puts 20 adults in a metabolic ward, and they were presented with diets consisting of unprocessed or ultra processed, so a range of food that was matched for energy and macronutrients for 2 weeks each. However, although the diets were matched, participants could consume as much as they wanted. The processed food was consumed on average by 500 calories a day more. Not only were the processed foods eaten faster, it suppressed appetite less, resulting in those in the processed group increasing fat mass when they started, while the unprocessed group lost fat mass. As you can see, it's too much of a flippant comment to say IITYM, it doesn't matter. For most of us in normal everyday life, temptations are everywhere to overeat, and if you base most of your daily energy intake on processed foods, it's a double whammy, where external cues combined with internal cues will make it very difficult not to maintain a stable nutritional approach. The truth: making calories fit doesn't tell the whole story. When it comes to macronutrients, it's a very short-sighted approach. It's not just about a quantity that plays a role in health and behaviour. It's quality, but quality is equally as important. So again, it goes back to basically 1940s type of diet where quality was actually better than quantity. That's why they got through the rationing period, because they had quality food, because they ended up having to actually turn their gardens into allotments and have really good foods. Anyway, right, that over and done with. I hope you enjoyed that, a little bit of history as well at the same time. So, right, we're going to get on with it. I have changed the font to make it a little bit bigger, because I have had a few people say it's a little bit too small. I hope you can see it better. If not, I can actually increase it more. Wednesdays we'll go back to a smaller one, because I've already preset that because it was last Wednesdays. So sorry about that. If I can rectify it, I will rectify it for you. Right, so let's get on with the warm-up, shall we? We'll start with Margie on the spot, as normal. Strange thing today, I actually put my pad on top of my Bluetooth speaker and it had feedback. But the feedback was in the sound of Slade, and it kept repeating the chorus again and again and again. But if you didn't know it, you wouldn't notice it. Really odd. Got it running through my head now, I can't get it to stop. Right, higher knees. Good. Right, because we're doing wide legs as well, let's go wide legs. We'll keep high knees. Get those glutes really working. Get those hips working as well. Try to keep those toes a little bit pointed. Brilliant. Right, we're going to go to bum kicks now. So kick that bottom. Try and get it as far up as possible. Really stretch out the thigh. Brilliant. Right, we're going to do some reverse lunges. So just going to go back nice and easy. Not too far, you don't want to be putting too much stress on yourself at the moment. Try and look forward. Always look forward, never look back. 3, 2, actually no, I'll do an extra one because then we'll actually be even on both sides. There we go. Right, back to Margie on the spot. Right, let's do some opening and closing the arms to really get that chest working. As you can see, my arms One changes which is on top, which is on below, just to make sure that the actual chest muscle is evenly stretched and worked. Excellent, good. Let's push forward. I'm just slightly crossing my arms a little bit, just to get extra little bit of squeeze in the chest. And as we go back, we're stretching stretching your chest but working your back. When we're going forward, we're stretching your back and using your chest. Right, so let's go to reach overs. Nice and easy. Stretch those lats. How was your weekend? That's if you're watching live. If not, how was your week? Hope you're alright. I am thinking of actually doing some things a little bit special for canned workouts on Monday mornings. I'm going to be doing them themed around some of them. I won't be doing all of them, but like for some ones are actually conditioning for cycling, running, swimming. If people want ideas, conditioning for helping people with bad knees, bad backs. These aren't rehabilitation shows or anything like that, but it'll just help you to actually strengthen up those muscles that you need to. Right, let's go back to Margie on the spot. I'm going to have a quick drink of water. Something that you need a lot of. If you do suffer from, let's say, cramps, try drink a lot of water. The more you get hydrated, the more your body will not actually have to cramp up. Just think about mud when it gets dry, it gets hard. That's what happens when cramps happen. Right, anyway, let's start. So, keep on Margie on the spot. Let's show you what we're going to do is start off with prisoner squats. So what we're going to do with our hands behind our ears. If you put your hands behind your head, don't push your head down, but if you put your hands behind your head like that, you do have to get your shoulders up and back and you have to look forward. So what we're going to do is we're going to push our hips back, looking forward and back up again. Try and keep the toes slightly in front of the knees and your shoulders over the knees. Are you ready?
Exercise 1.
Let's go.
1.
If you can do it in front of a mirror, it's better. So what you can do is, if you notice that you're slightly going off, as I exaggerated there, you know that you're actually dominating one leg. That's what I have to look for clients. If they go down and start wiggling at the bottom, it shows that the glutes are a little bit a little bit weak, and they're having trouble to actually push themselves back up again. If they go in knees in, called Vegas, that means that
3, 2,
either tight inner legs or weak thighs. Right, so let's go to the next one. So we're going to do pulsing sumo squats. So we're going to go a bit wider. You can put your hands wherever you want. I'm going to put them over my chest or on my hips. Go down, we're going to keep our hips nicely back. Remember, keep those knees over the toes, toes pointing at 45-degree angle. We're just going to bounce
1.2.
up and down. Should feel it pull slightly underneath your legs. The further down you are and you're pulsing, the more you're going to be working your thighs as well. So if you can get really far down, you're doing really well. You will find though with a wide stance, the further down you go, you will have to bend over a little bit, because unfortunately that's how the hips work. It will pull you over. 10 seconds. This is the one I'm not looking forward to at the moment. And the next
3,
one,
2,
banded bicep
1.
curls.
Change.
Especially after my tendinopathy, and tendinitis in one arm and tendinopathy in the other arm. It's going to be really bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off, we're going to do ordinary bicep curls. So more like hammer ones, so your thumbs are pointing upwards.
2, 1.
We're going to pull up
Exercise 1.3.
and down, keeping those elbows nice and tight, but not too tight into your to your sides. The elbows need to be should be underneath the shoulder joint. So if you're pushing in too tight, you notice they actually go in. When you pull up, you will actually do your elbow an injustice. So when I say into the sides, try and keep them like an equal sign on its head. The harder version of this is if you wrap it round, put your hand on there, so you've got hands facing upwards.
2,
You can just pull it up
change.
and down. Right. So the next one we've got is tricep pull out. So we're going to get hold of the band again. They're shoulder width apart, so I tend to hold them down there wherever your thighs are. Grab hold of the band there. Bring them up. Now what you do is
3, 2,
bend your elbows
1.
and then push out
Exercise 1.4.
with your elbows, keeping your elbows nice and still. Sometimes I find the band actually will bite in between your thumb and your finger. So how to stop that is flip your thumb over the back of the band, but you really need finger strength for this. Because otherwise you might let go. Don't try and grab hold of the band with your fingernails. If you do that, you will actually damage the band. Oh, lots of information today. 5 seconds.
3,
Or 3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
Change.
Brilliant. We're going to go to the dumbbells this time. I'm going to do coordinates. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the dumbbells together. We're going to go out, up, one side, other side. Still
3,
trying to look forward,
2,
keeping your hips forward.
1.
We're going to be using the
Exercise 1.5.
chest to push out to the side. So forward, up, side to side, forward, up, side to side. Try not to do any twisting, because you were actually this is actually working the chest as you go across. You can feel it. Should be able to feel it. So if you go up and then go along, if you put your hand on the top of your chest, you should feel it get very taut.
Three, 2, 1.
Quickly finish
Change.
12. There we go. Right. So we're going to do bent over rows, banded rows. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the band again. This time what we're going to do, we're going to put it on the floor, stand it with both feet together,
3,
keep your knees
2,
bent,
1.
thumbs down.
Exercise 1.6.
What we're going to do is get our elbows up and pull up, twist, really squeeze those shoulder blades and down again. If you need to get a little bit more tightness, just run your hands down the band. Try and get into a squat position. So remember, your knees are behind your toes. Really pull up, squeeze together and down. Slightly different to the seated row, because what we're doing is we're trying to actually fight gravity as well and really squeeze those shoulder blades.
3, 2, 1. Change.
Brilliant. Right, hand turnovers. First set almost done. We're going to go back to the dumbbells again. We're going to go out into the front. So we're working your shoulders at the same time as actually working the actual shoulder joint that rotates your cuff. What we're going to do is we're going to go
3,
turn over,
2,
turn over,
1.
turn back, turn
Exercise
back,
1.7.
turn over, turn over, turn back, turn back. That's it, good. Get a nice rhythm going. Try and keep your arms as straight as possible. Try not to actually bend them. That actually takes some of the pressure off the exercise, and also it makes it harder to actually twist it over if your elbows out. I forgot which way I was doing it then. But you will find that it actually, try and
3,
not lean
2,
forward, or definitely don't lean
1.
back.
Water break.
Right, water break, so have a quick drink of water whilst I just explain what I was just saying. With that one, people tend to like to want to lean back to try and take some pressure off the shoulders. Keep your tummy tight and try and keep upright. If you have problems with leaning back or leaning forward, put yourself up, unfortunately this isn't a wall, put yourself up against a wall when you do exercises like that. And if you come away or you push your bottom away, you know what you're doing. So you can actually try and counteract it. I wish I had a flat wall in this house. It's a problem with living in an old house. Walls go like that. Right, so how's everyone feeling? Alright, I hope. As you can tell, my throat's already going now. Starting to lose my voice. Don't know why. Started about 4 weeks ago and just, for some reason, every time I use my voice, it starts to go. Maybe it's the wife's cursed me or someone's telling me to shut up. I never will shut up. If I can't speak, I'll use sign language. Right, we're ready for prisoner squats in 10 seconds. I'll turn this direction so you can see slightly better.
3,
2, 1, and squat down.
Exercise 2.1.
And push up. Squat down, squeeze those glutes. That's it, excellent. I'm now looking at my magnetic recipes in the fridge, wondering what's for tea. Oh, we've got quiche tonight. Quiche and salad. Lovely. Girls don't like it. But that's children. Good one for this one is if you wanted a bit of change, you could always go up and twist. That really is a good
3,
back
2,
exercise as long as you don't
1.
twist your knees.
Change.
Right, so pulsing sumo squats. I'll show a bit of variation so you can do things however you want. So if you wanted a little bit of extra rotation, put rotation in it. Just remember, try not to twist those knees.
3,
Right.
2, 1.
Let's
Exercise 2.2.
pulse. So I'm putting my hands on my front, so I'm almost do look like a sumo wrestler. I find it just stabilises me a little bit, because if I don't, I tend to want to rock forward and backwards. I'm not putting any pressure on whatsoever. I get the same effect of just using one finger. Also, this looks a bit cooler. Because you can always go from one side and the other side. Really work those glutes. So more like a lateral lunge. As long as you're looking forward.
3.
If you find
2,
yourself looking too far
1.
down, probably because you've got
Change.
around your spine slightly, try and get the shoulder blades back. Next one, banded bicep curls. Right, so last time I used the pink foot, now I'm going to use the green foot. So we're going to do the hammer curls again.
3, 2, 1. Exercise 2.3.
Next time we go through this, we'll do one-handed. But I'll show you different variations of that as well. So if you have problems. So whilst you're doing this one, I'll show you the variation. What you can do is, if you have problems with this, I tend to turn slightly on a diagonal. It gives me a better pull. If you find that too hard, you can always lunge back a little bit. It releases some pressure on the bands.
2.
It also puts you
1.
into a lunge position. Tricep pull outs. Right, my bands need talking. I have to find where my door, so put the talk. Not around here. Right, so remember to get those
3,
elbows up,
2,
keep them up as much as possible.
1.
Shoulder blades back again,
Exercise 2.4.
and push out and together. Again, if you get bitten just there when it pulls, flop your thumb over. Now, I just realised something. I hope this camera has autofocus. That could be very blurry. Much to the benefit of you, I would expect that. 10 seconds. Really push out. Keep your shoulder blades back.
3, 2, 1. Change.
Excellent, good. Are you feeling it? I'm feeling it there and there, which is really good. Co-Ordinates time. The idea with this is try and keep them as the weights pressed together. when you go sideways, one arm will be longer than the other because look, there's a good, there is a good 12-inch.
Exercise 2.5.
So, it's a bit different, so push out and up. And then left, and the other side. Out and up. One side and the other. Out and up. You can't help but a little bit of a twist, but try and retard it as much as possible. And you can see as well, I'm not bending over, I'm not bending backwards, I'm not bending forwards. If you do have, again, if you do have different problems with that, you can always sit down, especially doing this exercise. Any kind of standing exercise, if you do it sat down, it actually restricts the movement of your hips, so you might not have to wobble around as much. Right, we'll do the bent over rows again. So remember to keep this time your thumbs facing down the hook of the band. Step over,
Exercise 2.6.
grab hold mid-shin, look forward, shoulder blades back, pull up, squeeze. Too easy, go down the band. If your band isn't wide, a long one, you could always use one foot, but just make sure that the both sides of the actual band are similar length. Oh, I need veg. Remind me afterwards I need veg. 5,
3,
2, 1. And the good thing about this is therapeutic. Right, hand turnovers. This is another good one you can do with sat down, but you've got to make sure that you're not leaning back or going into the back of the chair. So remember, hands up.
3, 2, 1.
Let's turn over, turn back, apple turn over, turn back. Yeah, I'll make you hungry. Yeah, you won't be able to keep your arm fully straight. There's no way of doing that, but at least you're not kinking it. Well, that's what I mean by keeping your arm straight. Is you will get a little bit of a bend.
2.
All depends on how you can strengthen your arm as well. Right, water break time. That's second time through. Running out of water. Oh right, video freezing. I'm not sure. We did have some blips on the. I haven't got any warnings for any loss of data. Let me check. No, I don't have any notifications. So it might be all right on my end, but over the weekend I have noticed that Netflix has been having problems. Sometimes some websites have been having problems. It might be because BT's doing all that work around here as well. British Telecom for people out of this country. They really mess up our phone systems. I wish the chat auto-incremented that cut. Sorry, I didn't find that until too late. Hey, he's better now, good. Right, so we'll start again with prisoner squats for the last time round. Gosh, it feels like I'm only just warming up.
3,
2, 1, and
Exercise
down and up.
3.1.
Down and up. See, the good excuse of actually the video freezing is you have to watch it again. Go to YouTube. Go to my website. Watch it again. Give it a little thumbs up. Give it a like. Give it a good comment. Oh yeah, we don't have any advertisement here. No, I don't know. Oh, I don't advertise my website or my YouTube channel. Or how about Instagram or Twitter? Oh, no, I don't mention those whatsoever. 3, 2, 1.
Change.
Excellent. Pulsing sumo squats. Silly thing is I can actually set auto moderation to actually cut people out. But the chat still needs to be manually moved up.
1. Exercise
Anyway,
3.
right, so nice wide stance, remember? Down, arm pulse. If people have problems with this one, you can always put a chair in front and go down as far as they can. Sometimes when I get bored, I just sit down at the bottom and I just wiggle my bottom. Yeah, you can get arrested for that if you do it in public. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Excellent, right. What we're going to do now is we're going to do the double banded bicep curls if you want to. You can try it, but we will have to swap round quickly halfway through. So get it ready on one side. This I'm not looking forward to because this is the bicep which really hurts.
3,
so let's do it first.
2, 1.
And let's go
Exercise
up
3.3.
and down. So the longer band you have, the easier it will be. So you can see I'm not trying to bend over either. A lot of people when they curl like that, they tend to curl the shoulders over and look down. Right, and let's swap legs. And let's go. So you can remember, you can always go down for an easier bicep curl. I'm not saying go for the easier option, I'm saying if you can't do one option, try and regress it. What I've noticed, especially with swimming in open water, is tricep pull out, is not tricep pull out, but this is good for swimming, is the fact that if someone gives you an easy out, like saying, keep close to the surface, so when you want to get out, suddenly your brain will go, I want to get out. So you've got to be careful of that. Any type of exercise, any kind of discomfort. So let's push out, keep those elbows nice and level. There you go, you can get a broom handle from elbow to elbow. And then you impact my spine as you go through it. So yeah, the swimming's going well at the moment actually. I had a very kind new friend actually. She gave me her husband's wetsuit because he no longer uses it. Tried that out, so that will help me with conditioning, so I can actually get distance rather than time in the water.
Change.
Right, coordinates. So yes, if anyone ever does any open swimming, costumes, especially in less than -11, short time, it's acclimatization, get used to the cold.
1.
Let's push
Exercise
out,
3.5.
up, side to side. So wetsuits, you can stay in a lot longer. It's harder to actually swim. It is a lot harder. So it's good for conditioning, trying to get that distance going and the time in the water. So that's what I'm planning to do. So every day I'm exercising. I'm literally doing something every day. Really trying to get myself ready for this 1 mile in Windermere. So remember, oops, missed it then. If anyone wants to donate, please donate. Please share the donations. If you're a good social following. If you haven't got a good social following, share it anyway. Right, bent over rows.
3, 2, 1. Exercise 3.6.
Right, remember halfway at the shin, stick that bottom out, look forward, and pull up and together. Sorry, it's not going to be pleasant, but keeping your elbows together, try not to flare them out, because otherwise what you do is you work the shoulders more. So you can change it, you can go back, shoulders, back, shoulders, but doing the shoulder one is a lot harder. It's like the high row when we sit down. We do the seated high and low banded row.
2, 1, change.
Hand turnovers for the last time.
3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Exercise 3.7.
Another version of this is you can actually do it once your hands are out to the side. Really does work your shoulders and works your rotator cuff a lot more. So if you want to try this one, you can do. It's a lot harder. There is more. You will want to lean back. Try not to keep that tummy really nice and tight to straighten that spine. I love it when people walk past and they can hear me talking through the open door. They kind of think, someone talking to me.
3, 2.
Oh, you should
1.
be doing this.
Water break.
Excellent. Water break time, and then we've got the core. Right, for what we've got, I can't remember what I've got for my core. So reverse crunch at 15. Have we got that for 15? Oops, no, I've got it for 20 there. I think I forgot to change it. Oh, we'll try for 20. I know it could be really hard. Back raise for 20. And prone heel beats for 50. So we're on our back, then we'll swap over to our front for the 2. And hopefully we'll get back to the other one. So reverse crunch, I'll show you in a minute. $20 is a very ambitious target, but for this, what I like to do is I like to get my t-shirt and I tuck it into the back of my leggings. That reduces the trumping noises. So what you'll do is lie down, hands flat beside you, feet off the ground. What you'll do is you'll bring your heels up, so you're bringing your knees up towards your chest, and back again. Legs out, up, legs out. Try not to touch the ground.
3,
Okay.
2, 1.
So that's the first one.
3
So we'll try that
times
20 times, okay? If you can't do 20, don't do 20. Just do as many as you can. Are you ready? And let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If we go to yet. 10. You're thinking, where's the 15? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, getting difficult now, 17, 18, 19, last one, 20. How did you do? Did you do alright? I bet you did. Right, so what we're going to do is the pancake over. Well, I like to say pancakes, like when you get a pancake, you flip it over, you do the other side. So we get down, we put our hands behind our ears. I like to try and lift. My knees are slightly off the deck there. Unfortunately, I have very big thighs at the front, so it doesn't look like they're lifting, but I am lifting them. And what you do is, you bring your chin off the floor to make sure your chest is off and you're down again. Excuse me, once a bit. Right, are you ready? And up and down. 2, 3, look at the floor. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good for your back this. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Right, have a quick rest. What we can do now is, I tend to put my hands either down by my side or above my head so I can rest a bit. What we'll do is we're going to bring our feet up, we're going to tap our heels. So when you tap your heels, your knees will raise up off the ground a little bit, and we're going to do 50 of those. Are you ready? They're going to be in quick succession. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. Now could you feel that in your hamstrings? Just there at the bottom of your bottom. Have a quick rest and then we'll do it again. How are you doing? Did you do alright? Can you actually get off the floor to type? Right, reverse crunches in, I'd say 10 seconds. So remember, do as many as you can. 3, 2, 1. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Have a good breather. 17, 20, come on. Breathe, breathe. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Excellent. Are your abs screaming? They should be. That's a hard one. Let's do the hip hinge as well. Right, so let's pancake over onto our fronts. So people with bad backs, osteoporosis, osteopenia should be careful of this. Try not to do too much, not too violent. Try not to go too high. If you're having problems, keep one side down. So if you do have problems with your back, keep your feet firmly on the ground and bring up and then down again. If you find that you're clenching your glutes quite a lot, what you can do is you can twist your feet inwards, pointing them inwards, and that releases the muscles in your glutes and you won't actually tighten them, so you won't be using that, you'll be using your back a little bit more. So that's another hint, but you will need to keep your feet on the floor. Right, so let's try it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Excellent. Right, let's do the strange counting one. Heel beat.
3,
and
2,
let's go.
1,
1, 2, 3, 4,
down.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 20. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. And that's that. So what we'll do is get up now. Move the mat away. We'll do some standing stretches. Because you've been on the floor, try not to move around too quickly, to get up too fast. Don't want to fall over. Pull your shirt out, otherwise you look like a rat muppet like I do. Right, so we're going to start with feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart, legs locked out, not fully locked but straight. We're going to reach down, we're going to try and touch the floor. When you can touch it, move those feet in a little bit. Then a bit more. Keep going, if you can get them nicely. This leg here, mine, wants to kick out. Look at it, it's really tight at the moment. So I've got to really concentrate on it. My leggings are twisted. Three, 2, 1, and up. Right, so what we're going to do now as well, we're going to grab hold of, you can put your hand on something anywhere around you, just to get your balance. Try and get one foot into your hand. If you have problems, you can always use a scarf or grab hold of the bottom of your leggings or put a band around you and pull it up, but you will have to pull up your elbow a little bit higher. What I tend to do is I tend to go, if I have problems, I'll go down, put my hand underneath and then pull up with that. Try and pull it up into your glutes, not to your side. Don't want to damage your hip or your knee. Put the raised knee slightly in behind the standing knee. Look forward, clench your bottom, and if you want an extra little stretch, just arc up and look a little bit at the ceiling. So it's your chest which is looking at the ceiling, not your eyes, because you can move that around. You'll feel no extra pressure, but if you lean back, it pulls on the abdominal muscle, which pulls on the thigh muscle. So I've got my chest to the ceiling, but I can also look down at the same time. So, 2, 1, let's change sides. Sorry, I had to do that. 3, 2, 1, and down. Right, let's shake those off. Excellent, good. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to put our shoulder, get our arm. So I'm going to use the pink arm across to the green side, interlace up, so that arm comes up and like kind of bends in the middle. Pull it, so your hips are facing forward, and so your shoulders are trying to face forward. And what you're going to do is you're going to look in the opposite direction of which way is my fingers pointing. So if you're pointing with the long hand that way, you want to face that direction. You get a right nice stretch across the shoulder. Three, 2, 1, and change. So remember, look in the opposite direction. Not with the eyes. Yeah, I saw you. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Let's round those shoulders. Backwards. That's it, really. Just loosen yourself up and forward. That's it, good. Right, I think what we'll do is we'll do actually no, we'll do a twisting stretch. So stand shoulder width apart, feet facing forward.
3,
keep your
2,
feet,
1.
your knees and your hips
Your
as
timer
straight
is
as possible.
complete.
What we're doing is trying to get the one hand on the opposite glute. You're going to twist your back. So the other hand goes back. Try not to twist with your hips. So try and keep those forward. So you're looking backwards. I'm looking at my soup cups. Do like a soup every lunchtime. What's your favourite soup? Mine's bacon and lentil, or bacon and sorry, completely got muddled then. Lentil and bacon. I want to say lentil and bacon. Right, we'll go to the other side. See, because my daughter's something to laugh at. I was laughing at her doing what we call churd waging, where you change the first letter around in the words. So I was being rather nasty last night, sorry. Now it's your chance to actually laugh at me. No change there. Right, and back, and let's reach up to the sky. Last stretch. That's it, good. Really stretch up, really feel that nice stretching relief in your back. And 3, 2, 1, and release. Your hands down. And thank you very much, everybody. I hope you had a really nice workout. I did. I enjoyed it immensely. Hopefully see you all on Wednesday for last Wednesday's class. Will be this Wednesday. So that's the 95th. Again, the 100th episode is coming up soon, very, very quickly actually. So get your ideas in. I have an idea for, it's like a test almost, see how much you can do. So I'm gonna convert one of my tests which I do with my clients and to do it in the class. It's gonna be a bit different to what I do with my clients, but would you be up for it? That's the main thing. Right, thank you very much all for coming. I hope you keep healthy, fit and well. Be well, and I'll see you all on Wednesday. Thank you very much all. Take care.